Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting race here in our continuing coverage of the Cross World Key Sanity Tournament. Today we have zelgadissan versus Illus. In the booth we have Koi as well as Drossi. Drossi will be joining us here very, very shortly. And we have Tofile helping me track this race. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Koi and get these racers started. Have a good race.
Hello, Twitch chat. It is I, Koi. And I'm all alone. But it's gonna be okay. Gotta stay strong. Because, we got some amazing Crosskeys action coming at you real soon. Illus and Zelda are very, very good runners. Even among good runners, Illus and Zelda are the good runners. So, definitely not going to be disappointed with this race. I think this is not their first game in the series. I don't actually know. I was kind of hoping I would have a co-commentator that knows stuff like that. But he's not here. This is game one? Oh, okay. Never mind. My bad. It is game one. Best of three. Best of three. All right, we should get started here in a second. Just gotta be patient. Here it goes. Okay, it's happening. All right, both runners with a Link's House start picking up bombos in that chest. And looks like we're gonna get some meta routing. This is a very popular opening route in Crosskeys where you immediately go over to the potion shop with a fake flipper south of Link's House and follow it up with a Houlihan if you don't find something that distracts you. It would have to be like a really juicy connector, I think, to not continue to the Houlihan. You see Zelda killing that enemy right there. That's to set up a tree pole. And both runners see laser eye entrance of TR, and there is a pot there with a bomb. Although it is kind of annoying to get it without taking damage. You can do it really simply if you not like that, Zelda. If you pick up the top pot or the middle pot from the top and then just turn to the right to get the bomb, just like if you were leaving TR normally. But it can be hard to remember that when you're entering from the wrong side. Oh, and we already found Ganon, so not going to be any easy calls on whether or not to climb GT, because we already know where Ganon is. And we see 3 hops in the water. We'll set up the Houlihan. Boom, easy 225 rupees. And that's pretty much the end of the meta route. From here, you have options. I know I like to go up to Hyrule Castle and check that drop, but it looks like both of our runners heading over to the east to get some checks. No, dying does not nullify the tree pole. That is the middle of Paradox Cave entrance. We do have 1 bomb to open this up, or to open the shop and get more bombs. It's heads up play there from Zelda, because it can be easy to, what's the word? Autopilot and just open that bomb wall and get 2 chests and then realize, oh wait, that's right, I can't kill anything. That was my only bomb. I have no idea what the on-screen timer is doing. It has nothing to do with me. Sorry, guys. Alright, nice little setup there. We get a bow in Paradox Cave. Too bad we don't have any arrows. But wait! There's 5 right there. And 2 already in the wall. Castle Tower Key. Always love to see those. And that's about it. Just a bow and the Castle Tower Key. It's not going to take Illus very long to make his way to Paradox Cave, though. Especially now that he found a good bomb farm. Oh, unfortunately, a one-way exit there for Zelda, but it is the good entrance because he can get the other 2 over here in the Iceberg Cave area, so being able to mark off all 3 on his tracker, very nice. And we find another set of mini Moldorms for him to murder. They are not being very cooperative, though. Alright, makes it through. Still has some bombs to his name. Oh, we found Sick Kid, but no bottle. Big key, fetch quest, big key. And TRK. Alright, Zelda continues over. He's going to start at Sanctuary. We'll see where this is. Ideally, you want this to be like in Kakariko, which it is! Fantastic. And that's a pretty gross spot for the blacksmith over at Flute Spot 5. And I think Illus is going to go straight to Paradox Cave here. Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's 7 items. You're not going to put that off for very long. As soon as it was something that looked like a decent thing to do, you just go straight to it. Zelda finding Hookshot Cave. I'm not going to go through the connector just now. Yet another fetch quest, just sitting there on the race game. Of course, we don't have access to the race game. We'll need to mirror over to that from the Dark World later. Illus opening the left side chest before the right side chest, and he didn't get the lucky arrow drop. So gonna have to take care of this last one with bombs. And he does not want to die. Oh no, and then he trapped himself in the... There you go, with the arrow drop. There we go. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. That was amazing. And Illus takes the same exit of Paradox that Zelda did, so completely even up on information there. Don't blame them, though. To take the top exit, they would have had to bomb jump, putting them at max 2 hearts, and then walk through 2 mini Moldorms, which is not always guaranteed to be without damage.
And with that mini Moldorms, Illus got a little bit dicey on the bombs there.
I mean, 2 bombs is basically 20 bombs. Or 5.
Ah, there we go. Yes. Even up on the bomb count, right?
Totally fine. Oh, very interesting spot for the mountain cave to be.
Yeah, particularly interesting once we get the mirror, we'll find out what's on the Light World ledge there.
Yeah, the back end of Death Mount Descent is you can only get to it by mirroring to it unless you just find a connector. So not having to worry about that is definitely nice.
So had Zelga already found King's Tomb and just forgotten? Because I saw he went into Dark Lumberjack location, and that looked like King's Tomb inside, but he then just saved and quit. Oh, or, right, he doesn't have the Moon Pearl.
Okay.
I can never remember, like, under what circumstances you can open a chest in bunny form.
So you can activate Super Bunny. And there is more than one way to do it, but the most common way would be to just mirror on the same frame that you enter the underworld, which, obviously you can't do in a mirror. But he could do it with a damage boost, but the enemies in that area, they're not super reliable for that. Like, you have to get the moblin to throw a spear at just the right spot while you're standing in front of the doorway.
Though now that both runners are back in Kakariko, Zelga found Saha's closet on the right side. Illus is slowly making his way to the right, and we had a hookshot and Cane of Samaria in there, which will allow us to Herapot up Tower of Hera, which Zelga's now in, though he doesn't have a weapon
I can't imagine he's going to do that. I mean, he might do it just for, like, the one chest, but it seems like a lot of effort.
He's got the big key, according to his tracker. But
I guess it'd be two
right,
chests.
He's not.
Yeah, the 2 chests and it'd be even logic. But we have a save and quit directly to Kakariko. And there's, like, 4 swords and a hammer that would make that way better than it is currently.
Zelga realizes, I'm out of magic. I have a mushroom and cane.
This is not something you see very often, like, especially in Crosskeys, where the access to the magic pad isn't necessarily, like, really easy to get to all the time. But to just drop in here while you happen to have both the mushroom and the cane, and you're already out of magic, nice.
Would have been nicer if there had been something better than a piece of heart for it, but...
Yeah, if nothing else, he never has to come back, and it costs him, like, no extra time.
Hey, and our first heart container of the game here in Hype Cave.
We did see Hookshot Cave earlier. It was south of Kakariko at the chess game. So I imagine we will get there eventually. Oh, backside of Super Bunny. That's always nice.
Yeah, 2 easy chest grabs. We just
and then
really go
finding this after you fake powdered also quite friendly.
I'm just noticing Illus has the bow and it's not on his tracker, but much better to have a weapon like that than to not have it, since he doesn't have anything else besides bombs.
I would have saved the arrows, though. He only had the 2 arrows. I would have used them for the second blue guard is a lot more tedious to kill with bombs than the first one. Let's see what Zelga does. He also only has 2 arrows.
But he also has the hook shot for stunning.
And the cane with magic, too. Yeah, it just uses a cane. Oh, hey, the second bow.
Well, now we have to use a lot fewer arrows if we find any more.
Of course, this is not super in logic or anything, but it's just a Hyrule Castle key. Who cares?
I expect Zelga to just do the ball and chain guard now with a single silver.
He doesn't have any arrows. Oh no, he will have arrows. You're right. He didn't use them.
Right, Illus doing pot strats here.
See, if Illus was smarter, he would have known that the silvers were coming soon, right?
Of course. And all that for an out of logic Meyer small key, which 3 of them put left side Meyer in logic. I don't think we'll be there anytime soon.
Poor Zelga. Oh, he made it.
Just barely walked into the explosion.
He almost ruined everything. He couldn't drop the bomb fast enough to get to the chest, so he ended up throwing it away. But if it killed him before he opened the chest, he would have had to make a choice on whether to waste a minute going all the way back for that chest or just hope it was nothing.
Hey, have we seen the desert area yet, or is this our first look?
This is our first look at it. They've been to all the same places except that shoot, I think Zelda? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Zelda went to the eastern area. No, Illus went to the eastern area. Zelda did not. That's what it was. But there was nothing there, so it doesn't matter.
And Illus never finished exploring CAC, as we know by his lack of
a
hookshot, which could have allowed him to get into Meyer there.
Maybe not like the best thing to do at the moment. If he did have the hookshot. Like, he has no arrows, so he would be using bombs to kill the wizards.
Right.
Not ideal.
And
I don't think Illus minds too much finding a connector that took him out of Kakariko, though, because we do have a save and quit directly to the magic bat. You can't kill wizards with bombs? Really? Well, he would just be sore out of luck then.
Yeah, and Zelga would have to do cane strats.
I never tried killing wizards with bombs, because even if it did hurt them, that would suck.
Zelga's also nicely using his exploration of desert to grab as many arrow fills under pots as he can. Good heads up on his part.
Yeah, there's lots of arrows here in desert. There are more arrows in desert than there are in eastern, I think. Which is the dungeon with the bow.
Well, I mean, NMG strats have you beating Lanma with arrows, right?
I mean, if you're good at the game, I guess. I just poke him with my sword.
For other weapons, we have a boots-locked fire rod.
Which entrance had the hookshot?
It was somewhere on the right side of CAC. Maybe the one behind the bushes.
Right. I guess Illus is just taking care of these checks south before finishing off Kakariko. That's exactly what Zelga did, but Zelga did them way sooner. It's just, this is where Hookshot Cave was, so now he's gonna go get the hookshot, and then he'll be like, oh, well, I guess I'll go back south and get the Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, I'm surprised Zelga didn't go to Hookshot Cave, but here he is back in CAC, so maybe he'll check it out now. And welcome to our Raiders from ZeldaSpeedRuns.
Illus is checking the Hookshot Cave connector instead of finishing Kakariko. He doesn't know that there's a hookshot there, but it's gonna feel real silly.
Is this our first look inside Sank? Oh, it's Thieves' Hideout.
Just a blue mail.
Which would be nice for Illus at 3 hearts.
Illus leaves the dark room. Was it not the dark room that we expected it to be, I wonder?
And there's GT. Again, would be nice to have that Cane of Samaria. Well, I guess without any keys, whoa.
See, now we want the hook shot.
Yes.
He could bomb jump over there, but that's kind of not super fun without a quick, easy way to get in the right spot.
That's Zelda's 3rd TR small already?
Yeah, he's not going to bother doing the bomb jumps. You can bomb jump over there with nothing but bombs, but it's like you have to stand on the right pixel and just walk to it and stop instead of using a sword or boots or something. Yeah, I guess it was just a different dark room. There was just 2 dark rooms on the mountain.
I've found that a surprisingly large number of mountain entrances wind up being on the mountain.
All right, here we go. Finally, Hookshot Cave with a hookshot. Illus having a devil of a time in this dark room. You can see he's dropping bombs along the way. He's doing that because he's trying to, keep track of his position. Because the bombs do show up in the light, just like this hammer does.
If he had arrows, he could use those, but he's really out of anything else.
Nice glove in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, glove plus the hammer in GT. Once one of these runners finds both of them, it'll really start opening things up.
This is really unfortunate for Illus here. Yeah, he takes a death too. Oh, and he had the old man with him, so it starts him where he picked up the old man. He is now stuck in this dark room until he can get out.
Oh. So he decided to...
He's on the right side. He got it.
This isn't Old Man Cave, is it? Or
yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, so he was in Old Man Cave. It wasn't like he took the old man into something else.
No, he used all his bombs getting over to the left screen to pick up the old man, and then he got lost trying to come back and had to use the hammer, but the bats got him before he found the exit.
So this could be interesting if there's something in Tile Room, because Illus couldn't get in here without Cane.
Yeah, but he's going to come right back as soon as he picks up that hook shot. And
if he ever gets there, he seems to, every time he goes to CAC, he does everything but Saw's Hut.
He'll get there.
Ooh, Desert Small is nice.
We want those bombs.
We haven't found the back of Desert yet, have we?
Not yet, no.
So that opens up 2 checks on right side of front.
Burp. The murder dactyl, man.
Yeah, they're Oko when you're on 3 hearts, green male.
Palace of Big Keys. Oh, it's the GT Big Key! And a GT Small!
Wow.
All we need is a fire source, okay? Let's find a fire source, and then we can get a nice swordless GT climb. Everybody wants that.
Well, I think really we want the boots because that gives us boots and fire rod.
Yeah, but if he gets the boots here and then he has to leave to go get the fire rod, he's probably not coming right back. But if he finds a fire source here, it's really hard to decide not to climb.
Well, and then you feel obligated to, bomb jump the right side of basement. But hey, Illus is finally in Saha's hut.
Where he finds Hookshot and Kane. Okay, now let's go back to Hookshot Cave and or GT. It's like one entrance away from finding that stuff. He got sidetracked. Alright, still no fire source, but Zelga's gonna continue here all the way to Ice Hermosa in the big chest.
Yeah, this is one of those places where the silvers will be really nice to have. Not a strat you see too often, using a bomb to boost you across that warp tile. But he didn't have boots. That said, I would have gotten the big chest first.
Well, with no mirror, if he plans to leave through the front entrance of the dungeon, he has to either death warp or walk out, right? And walking out from the big chest is like pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah, and no good death warp once you've defeated the Armos Knights.
But if he was just going to save and quit, or if he had the mirror, he definitely would want to get the big chest first. Come on, fire source! Oh, all right, one more chance. One more chance. Womp womp.
And now he's death warping.
Spikes are strong. Alright, so Illus has the hammer, which Zelda didn't have when he was here in Hera. So we will probably see a climb to Moldor.
Yeah, and fully in logic, too.
Or not?
No?
What?
You don't
Why wouldn't
want
you
to
climb?
beat the dungeon? Yeah.
Okay, well, he's gonna fake powder. Okay. I'm surprised he left. I'm trying to think of a reason you would want to leave there. I guess maybe he's thinking, hey, I hope, like, if he goes back right after this, he's thinking, well, I'm gonna get a full heal and a full magic refill when I kill Moldorm. So let's spend all my magic first, that way I can be back at full afterwards.
And without a small key or the fire source, we don't have to worry about having magic to do the basement. Well, I guess there's full magic pot in that room anyway.
Yeah, he's just going right back. Okay, it was just for about magic usage. I would have expected him to just say, screw fake powder. Let's move on with my life. But if you're going to fake powder, that makes sense to do it first.
Oh yeah, I guess Zelda did go and get that bottle. But we haven't found Sick Kid yet. Oh, chat's saying Sick Kid is at Eastern, so Yeah, that's kind of out of the way. Zelda knows where he is. Isn't really going to take a trip back there just to check Sick Kid, and Illus hasn't been.
You know, now you say that, I can't remember which one has actually been to the east. Only one of them went to the eastern area, but I don't remember which one it is.
That's 2 bottles in Hera. Oh, there's our fire source.
Okay,
it's not me now.
So when Illus goes to GT, which he will very soon because like he has Kane hookshot hammer, right? He's gonna get there and find the GT big key and all these small keys, and it's gonna be like, I guess we're climbing. I mean, he may choose not to climb. He doesn't have to climb or something, but it's very tempting. If anything was gonna give you pause, it would be how low % your equipment is. Like, both of these runners are perfectly capable of doing a swordless 5-heart climb, but do you want to?
Hey, Moldorm has the book.
Maybe with someone in chat, were you paying attention? Do we know what drop is behind Aga 2? The uncle drop, okay. That's not bad.
So that'll be basically 6 items for doing the climb.
Oh yeah, I believe Dane is absolutely correct. You can deflect Aga's attacks with the hammer.
Oh, that's not just a swordless thing?
Yeah, I don't think that's unique to swordless. It's just you would never do it normally because you just have a sword.
I thought that was, you know, just like being able to hit Ganon with a hammer and swordless. I thought that was strictly...
That's swordless only, so is breaking the barrier to Aga Tower with the hammer. That's also swordless only. But deflecting the attack, I believe, works always. It's just, like, we don't consider it very often because how rare must that be that you can climb GT in a regular seed with no sword?
Right, I mean, in a regular seed, you'd have to have a situation where Mire and Turtle Rock are both pendants. Oh, right, and Skullwoods.
Yeah, it's a very, very particular layout. And then in addition, you have to get all the way to GT without having found a sword, which is super unlikely. All right, I wish they had cameras. I'd love to see Illus's look on his face right now.
he did that little frustration grab.
I don't really expect Illus to do the climb here, but I'm sure he's considering it. Oh, you guys are talking about the right side bomb jump. Okay, I thought they were saying like doing the torch room with the lamp. I thought they meant during the climb.
Oh.
Yeah, the right side bomb jump, it's not... It's like the same as all the other bomb jumps that you ever have to do, but you have to also pay attention to a Medusa statue and a Wallmaster. So like the actual execution involved isn't really much different, but it does mean having to pay attention to multiple things at once.
but both of these runners are plenty experienced in it. So I expect Illus to do right side of the basement before he climbs and then death warp out of there. Heck, Illus hasn't even checked
I don't think
tile
he's going to
room.
climb because he... Well, I guess he could still climb, yeah.
As long as he doesn't open the middle door.
Yeah, he opened the map chest, the double firebar room. So he has to skip 2 small key doors. So the middle door and then also the one after compass room, which he has no reason to open since he's already done Ice Armos. Yeah,
Right, he just needs to grab the small key after compass room.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hamza. I don't think he'll climb here. I'd love for him to do it as a viewer, because it would be super PogChamp. But it doesn't make that much sense right now to do it. Zelda getting to cross off out of the way entrance off his list.
Oh, and here is Pod. We have a bow and a hammer. We have the big key and 2 small keys. We could rush Helma if we wanted to.
Could. I don't think that's the best play, though. Like, there's 6 small keys for the dungeon, right? So, like,
right.
There's no world where I have Pod small key go mode, and there's 4 out in the world still. You're gonna find more before that ever becomes a thing. So I think here it makes more sense to go after the density. If you're gonna go deep in the dungeon, you go after the density, and you just skip Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Bicky and the boss, then spend all your keys. And Illus not doing the right side.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He's out of there after tile room.
It is kind of a pain to do the right side bomb jump, and the same reason we wouldn't really want to bomb jump the left side with this equipment. You wouldn't want to bomb jump the right side. It's just lining up the bomb jump with nothing, with no sword, no boots, no nothing, is just super tedious. And in that room in particular, if you fall, you have to like walk all the way from the top of the room again.
And you can't really do it too many times with that amount of health either. Oh, there's another means of attack.
Oh, the blue cane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, because the fire rod is boots locked. Going to the right side is essentially saying, I don't want to find the boots today.
I mean, we now have all of the Uncle starting items from a standard start, except for the boots locked fire rod and the sword, of which there are 4 out there, and we don't know where any of them are. There's our other invincibility item, the cape, so if we find Spike Cave, it's sure as heck in logic. The game wants to make sure you know that Spike Cave is in logic.
Oh, look, a pod key in pod. What a surprise. The fairy. So this is not going to work for Zelda. There he goes. Okay. All right. So you guys are probably aware that the mini Moldorm and on the lobby of Hera, if you pick up his drop while it's midair, it messes up your Hera pot. Well, the mini Helma at the top of the bridge here in Pod does the exact same thing. So because he dropped a fairy, that automatically ruins all bomb jumps until you leave the super tile. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why Zelda transitioned.
Wow.
There.
I sure never knew that.
Like, if it had dropped any other item, he just lets it fall to the ground and then picks it up. But because it was a fairy, there was nothing he could do.
Well, certainly heads up on his part, and he gets a Titansmith that is now logically locked by all 6 pod smalls. And so now what do you do with the last key? I think you rush the boss because you have 3 choices. The boss, the vanilla big key chest, or harmless Hellway.
All 3 of which are not even close to being in logic, so you go after the one that has a pendant or a crystal, right? Makes sense.
And here's Illus also in pod. He is in the same situation in terms of key stock, so I would not be at all surprised if he just does the same thing that Zelda's been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be like super crazy or anything to go after Helma first and forego doing the back, but I think it makes more sense to go to the back because you don't even know if it's a pendant or a crystal, right? You'd feel kind of silly going to the back and then finding out, oh wait, that was a pendant, and now I can't get the 6 items in the back.
And the small key in the back works out quite nicely.
Should be a fairly uneventful Helmasaur fight. It's really easy to avoid taking damage in the first phase if you're just careful, and we have enough hearts that you don't even have to be careful. And then for the second phase, burp, right in the eye. We're done. Hey, a crystal. Nice.
Always feels good when you have your second crystal, just over the 40-minute mark. That's not something you often see.
Yeah, that little arrow is telling you where to jump off. If you don't jump off at the arrow, you just fall. It's sad.
Okay, so Illus got his fairy spawn from the mini Helma there, which means that there's a decent chance he won't have to contend with one on his way back.
Well, it's 0 chance.
Oh.
He'd have to kill like 8 more mini Helmas, and they'd all have to have drops before he'd get another fairy. But that was the wrong mini Helma anyway. It's only the top one that ruins the bomb jumps.
And he did actually kill the top one too on his way over. I can never remember whether they've killed it or just knocked it into the pit and it's gonna respawn.
Do they respawn if you knock them in the pit?
Yeah.
So if you pick up the fairy or pick up the item while it's midair or whatever, all you have to do is reset the super tile. So from that room, you just go to the go downstairs or go into the area below it, like Zelda did earlier.
And some very nice silver arrow strats on the Wizrobes in Mire Room 2.
Way better than bombs, which apparently don't even work on Wizrobes. I've definitely had situations where I was like, man, I could totally do Mire if I'm willing to do bombs on Wizrobes, and then just didn't do it. So I've never actually tried to do it.
I think we're going to find a French vanilla big key in here. I'm starting to kind of feel that.
No, we're not going to find progression at all for like the next 30 minutes. Everything's locked behind climbing GT. Clearly.
Well, we're going to have two 17-second cutscenes right after each other here.
I think Illus's cutscene is going to win. I've been told that all the cutscenes are the same length. I don't know if that's actually true, though. I feel like the Mire one is longer than all the other ones.
Desert's much shorter, but I believe Pod and Mire are actually the same length.
I think it's because you can't see it, so it's like there's no frame of reference. It's just, is it over? Is it over? Are we there yet? Is it over? Illus starting his Helmasaur fight as well. Shouldn't have no problem here. There are definitely situations where players, even of this caliber, could die. This is not one of those situations. Moon Pearl was in Mire. That's sad. I was hoping it was in GT.
Yes, and we now have full Dark World access with the mitts and the hammer and everything. I guess we still haven't found an entrance to Mire area, so we might need the flute for that. Okay, as I was saying, we have full Dark World access.
He's a witch.
Flute was on Mire Bridge chest.
Illus, right in step, headed into Mire right after Zelda. We'll find the items here. That was TR Ice and Swamp were the pendant. All right, so obviously the very next item we're going to find is the flippers, right? Must be.
I mean, what else are we missing besides some keys and entrance knowledge? I guess the ice rod No, because Turtle Rock is a pendant, so we might not need it.
But if you don't have the ice rod, how are you supposed to get the Meyer Big Key on pedestal, right? Oh no, boots on pedestal. That's way better.
I mean, we do have the
Boots
book.
can't be pedestal. Never mind.
Someone could check ped. Boots can't be on ped because the fire rod is boots locked.
I'm sure ped is nothing, and it's just a perfectly normal seed where we just find lots of things on the way, except for like one thing, which is only a little out of the way. Currently, yes, I think it's a fair assessment to say that Illus is slightly behind. He lost a little bit of time getting lost in a dark room earlier, and then his routing just hasn't worked out quite as neatly as Zelga's has. But nothing insurmountable. There's plenty of game left. Zelda finding the back of Skullwoods here. Now
with the powder.
You can sequence break. Oh, go ahead. I'm not.
Oh
saying
no, I was going to say
important.
put the piece of heart on Magic Baton Logic.
Oh, there you go. I was going to say he can sequence break to Mothula with the lamp, but still no sword, so that wouldn't really do him much good. Illus preparing his Death Warp. Just gonna pick up one last chest real quick. Probably nothing.
Not the key that does us much good for Swamp, but then again, we don't necessarily need to go into Swamp.
Well, if you're gonna give me the Swamp Big Key, give it to me before I've gone to Swamp, not after.
So now we get to see stuff like Dark Chapel, which has Tree Guy.
Alright, so Illus now has his super friendly Darkwold access as well, in addition to that flute. And this is where we're going to see some divergence, I think. Because when Zelga was in this situation, he just went, boom, straight to Skullwoods.
Oh, I don't think we've been to the Witches before. I don't think we've seen that this is a Turtle Rock entrance.
Yeah, they both checked this in the early game.
Okay.
Grabbed one bomb from the pot and then left. This was their opening route.
I think we need to do a Zora check just to get rid of some of that money. It's burning a hole in Zelda's pocket.
Not the best reason to go to Zora, but I guess it works.
Well, and you know, some fake flippering. Now that we have the flute, just go to 8.
And Zelda finds the big chest entrance to Turtle Rock, and It's going to do the exact same checks that Illus is doing, but along with the big chest.
I'm surprised Zelga didn't, like, dart over to Crystal Roller Room first, because... Oh... Yeah, I guess then you continue on to Laser Bridge. I forgot that, yes, we do actually have access to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a really big deal which way he goes. Like, they both have a downside to them, you know? Like, if you go north past the big chest to Laser Bridge, then it costs a key that you might not have to spend, which isn't really a big deal. I guess they have 3. But then if you go this direction, are you going to spend that last key to go to the front, where you can't even
Apparently
use the
not.
fire rod? Oh, fairy.
Ah. Yeah, we got that in Tower of Hera.
It happens to everybody. Life orb. That's funny. Yeah, it looks like he's not interested in going to Laser Bridge.
That's 5 checks, I mean, and in logic.
Well, I think a big part of this is our equipment, right? We have mitts and flute and moonpearl, so that means that we can get anywhere fast. So you never feel quite as obligated to follow a connector or to check an entrance as you would without those items.
But Bugnet. Now we have to go fight Aga. Oh, and...
Boots on Laser Bridge. Okay.
I think Laser Bridge is required. Does Illus know about the boots, the Fire Rod and Desert, though?
Probably. I don't know. He doesn't know? I don't know where the desert entrance was. It was in the light world. He should have known. I'm not sure. He might have seen it and then just not gone through desert. I'm not sure.
Well, this could definitely swing this game, depending how long it takes Zelda to go back to Laser Bridge.
I mean, if Illus hasn't been into desert yet, it's really, really valuable for him to go there now, right? Like, because he can get the torch and he has the small key, which I don't think he had the first time. So even if he doesn't know that the fire rod's sitting in there, it's probably not a place he's going to put off for too much longer.
Oh, now Zelda's going there with the smith.
Oh, he just wanted a friend. It's lonely there in Turtle Rock.
And since
oh no, that's right. It was in the Dark World, wasn't it? One of the desert entrances was Dark World. I forget now.
Yeah, but I think just the final entrance. I think right side desert was Light World, and left and middle were Dark World. Hey, and Illus is getting his pendant knowledge there. So he knows all the crystals by elimination. But we still haven't found the bomb shop to tell us what the 5-6 are. Oh, Jack pointing out, Illus hasn't actually used the boots.
He's not even quick hopping. He didn't even quick hop. What? I think you guys are right. I think he just already forgot about them.
Of all the things to forget about.
Okay, he definitely would have dashed right there. Like, maybe all those other screens you don't dash because the enemy's in the way. But he would have dashed right there if he was thinking about it.
Okay, is Zelda gonna get his fire rod? I mean, that's kind of an important item.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, all right. He's dashing again. We're fine.
Who knew the Smiths doubled as the Hyrule Mint?
This is a sick kid, I believe, for Zelda. It's a big key for Skull.
Yay, one extra check. I was about to say something really stupid and ask if we'd found the front of Skull Woods yet.
Zelda has been in the front of Skull Woods, and because he has the knowledge of the fire rod, as soon as he makes his way there, I imagine it won't take that long for him to go there, check the big chest and that entrance. You cannot item dash through pegs with the hammer if you do not have a sword. You just bonk right off.
So where's Zelda off to now?
Desert? I don't know. I don't know where desert is, so I'm not sure when he's going there.
Oh, maybe.
Nice rod. I think we can kill Trinex.
If we were really inclined to. That's also interesting because the dig game's been available for a while. Especially since Zelda went down there to grab the Smith, but he didn't do the dig game.
How many GT smalls put the climb in logic? It's different numbers for different amounts of the climb. Like, you need less keys for the first 2 checks than the last check. But you need all 4 to kill Aga 2.
And I believe in entrance rando, you don't need any smalls to get to Mini Helmasaur Room, right? Logically.
I will trust you and Ellison for that. My typical GT key logic strategy is to just ignore it and hope it works out.
Because in non-entrance, they added a quality of life improvement where you need 3 smalls to put Mini Helmasaur Room in logic. Here's desert.
Oh, and this is our last 5 item entrance. We already saw Hype Cave and Mini Moldorm.
There are your flippers.
I believe we have found the dam, but I don't think we've seen Swamp yet.
Yeah, both runners have pulled the dam.
So right now, all the flippers really do for us is the flipper checks, which aren't so bad, especially since we have so many rupees. What was that item? Did you say?
No, I missed it as well.
It was a sword? I thought it was a sword. I only saw like the final pixel of it. Unfortunately, that's not the entrance we want to get to the sword. That's true. You could hover to it.
Hey, what's inside pod today?
Illus? Why? Illus, please. So I believe this is the second time he's found a desert entrance, but not gone through it. I'm a little surprised he didn't go through it this time, I guess, because he does have the boots and small key. But without the mirror... No, I thought he was going to go right on back after checking Pyramid. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was just going to go back after checking the Pyramid so that he could just continue his route from that spot. But he's just not going to do it at all. And there is our mirror in the mire area. It's going to open up quite a few checks for Zelda.
Could read Bombo's tablet now. Actually, we haven't seen the top of Death Mountain yet, have we?
No, I don't believe so. All right, surely Illus went straight back to this area, so we'll probably see him go into desert soon.
We can hope.
I was going to check pod first. Walking back from the pod entrance always feels really bad, though. So, like, if this is something good, he might just save and quit. Yeah, it's not going back. All right.
Hey, and Zelda's gonna get his flippers now.
I mean, it's not imperative. There are 3 entrances to desert, right? It's not like he has to go to that particular one. Do we know where the other entrances are for desert? I'm sure we know, but do we know?
I mean,
I don't know.
Zelda just walked into one in what would normally be the back of desert.
Lumberjack and Spike Cave. Everyone's favorite small key.
Zelda didn't even want to detour over and check Bombo's medallion. Bombo's tablet, rather.
It is rather slow to do that. And you're, multiple swords away from it even being a thing yet. I don't know. I can justify. I can see justifying either way.
And yes, that was definitely a sword.
Yeah. All right, so what exactly are we missing for go mode? Big key, big key, big key, big key. Okay. 2 swords.
Yeah, sounds about right. And a lot of entrances because we still don't even know where Eastern and Thievestown are.
Yeah, that's true. Although with the equipment we have, that's only a matter of time, right?
I mean, unless one of them is inside TR and main entrance and TR requires Quake.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we can't do the TR and Meyer entrances. Well, I know you want 4 big keys and 2 swords, so here's a shovel.
Is Zelda gonna dig up his ice rod at least? Actually, this works out pretty well. Zelda could now grab the purple chest and combine that and shovel check and Bombo's tablet check.
Yeah, he could.
And Illus might be going into desert. What do we think?
Yeah, it looks like desert here. It's time. Oh, wrong one. Yep. It can't go that way. Around the... Okay. All right. Here we go. Desert. Ooh, shovel was a big key for Thievestown. Hey, that's required.
Yeah, 3 more big keys to go.
Fetch quest. Hype.
Where was Thievestown small that Zelda has and Illus doesn't?
Unclear. I could have had the fire rod for how long?
Well, I mean, he forgot he had the boots first.
I can't get over him just not quick hopping.
And Zelda really doesn't want to check Bombo's tablet.
Yeah, it's just you still need 2 swords just to grab it. It's so slow.
But then you either know that you have to come back for it, or you know you don't need to touch it.
Yeah, I mean that's the trade-off, right? Because if it's nothing, then you basically cost exactly as much time as if you had grabbed it, right?
Looks like he's doing Trinex, though. So why the heck did Illus grab a green potion with the amount of money he has?
Well, I don't know. Did he buy a blue potion too?
I think so, but
well,
with
sometimes
that kind
like you, if you buy a potion, it takes time before it'll let you buy another one of the same type. So it can be faster to just buy 2 different ones.
Oh yeah, makes sense, right? Because it's what, like 3 seconds or so before you can buy another of the same.
Some people care about going fast, I guess. I don't know. I don't really understand. Tryhards.
Oh! Zelda was going through so he could mirror there and find Swamp.
Yeah, no small key though, so very quick trip there.
Are we going to do Trinex while we're here?
I'm sure that it was the original plan. Yeah. So this works in Zelga's favor twofold, right? 1, it's an item. Like, I know it's a pendant, but it's still an item. And then 2, when he kills Trinex, it's going to put him at the entrance to Turtle Rock, which we have not seen, and gives him quick access to 3 more items. Unless it's GT. Anyway, that would be unfortunate.
Right, and then he doesn't need to get that
sword.
Oh, yay! Now we just need to find the correct Spec Rock entrance, and we can kill Ganon.
Honestly, I feel like both. I mean, obviously, Illus has put off Mire area for an extraordinary amount of time, but I feel like even Zelda put off the Mire area for a lot longer than I would expect them to. Not sure why or anything.
What did we find in Mire area? I know we got something there.
The mirror.
Yes.
Like my thing is like when you have the mitts and the flute, how do you do anything else, right? Like the very next time I would save and quit, I just go to the Mire area. It's not like as valuable as if they had the mirror first, so I guess that would be a reason for putting it off for a while. And they didn't even have a sword to open the Mire entrance itself. So there's reasons, but I don't know. You just fly there and you're done.
Hey, there's our final pod small. Pods in logic now. That's actually relevant because it puts the mitts in logic.
Oh, where were the mitts?
Oh, that's true. We are 1 TR small short of that pod small being in logic. Dang it. The mitts were in Dark Maze.
Oh, I see. So, are we gonna climb GT soon? Quick 2 checks here in Agatower for Zelda.
What was that? Lumberjack?
Oh, I don't know. Chad said Uncle is behind Agatu and Ganon was at the useless fairy drop.
Would be funny if, the fourth TR small is in TR, and then everything works out.
Fire Rod making quick work of Cold Stare.
And that is our green pendant, so let's see how long it takes Illus to go back to Sahasrahla, who is conveniently located in Kakariko.
Yeah, that should be a pretty quick turn in.
Remember, Sahasrahla was supposed to have been exiled from Kakariko by Aghanim, so he clearly didn't go very far.
It looks like he's going straight there. Ah, don't talk to her. That was close.
Lame.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't the most lucrative ice palace I've ever seen, but we got a sword. That's definitely nice. And it looks like we're getting front of skull woods from Illus, but he hasn't found that big key, according to the tracker. I forget exactly where that was. Sick kid, right. You are correct. But Illus does have the fire rod, so we will get to see the back of Skullwood's entrance. Oh yeah, and a head check, very likely. Oh, right, no, that's right. No mirror, never mind. Chat tricked me, and then the other part of chat made me feel bad.
It's always chat's fault.
Alright, I'm gonna stop reading chat. It's only getting me in trouble.
It's like reading the comments on YouTube.
Alright, new information. What is back of Skullwoods? Da 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 da. Not worth.
Hey, found the other male upgrade.
So neither runner is without options, but we are getting really low on good options. Climbing GT is looking better and better. Or going to Eastern, I guess. Ugh. I think I'd climb GT before going to Eastern. Alright, looks like we're going to get a sequence break to Mothula. Or, I'm sorry. No, they got the Fire Rod, right. Not even a sequence break, just a trip to Mothula.
Hey, and Zelga found the correct entrance into Spec Rock to get his first sword.
Happy day.
And he's going out the same way, so we'll get a refresher on where the heck he was where he found it. Oh, bottom of Dark Death Mountain.
Crystal number, what, 3 for Illus?
Hey,
Ooh,
look
and-
where Zelga is. Maybe he'll
Yeah,
climb after
Zelda.
this.
Zelda in GT. Gonna put his Fire Rod Cane to use. Check out the right side for 4 items. But if this is nothing, like if he finds nothing here in these 4 items, I think he's gonna climb. This is the climb in time, right? But if he finds something here, like he finds Eastern Big or Meyer Big, I think maybe he just leaves.
Getting all swaggy with kicking the block and
Yeah, I think that's
split it too
P-Train's
soon.
P-Train strat. He's gotta ask P-Train how it's done, I guess. We got a big key to Eastern. All right, yeah, that makes the climb much less appealing. Crystal Dungeon I can full clear. Trumps climbing GT.
If we knew where Eastern was on Zelga's side, Illus knows where it is, but according to Zelga's tracker, Zelga hasn't found it yet.
Yeah, but we have mitts, boots, flute, mirror. Like, there's only
Right.
like 2 things he can't do, or one. There's only one place he can't check, which doesn't even matter. Yeah, he can just get everywhere. Entrances are just a matter of time. Gain and drop, I believe, is the uncle. So 2 items behind Agatu.
And we didn't need Quake.
Yeah, Illus also headed to the right side here. There is no chance he climbs, though. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, he knows where Eastern is, so...
Yeah, even more so than Zelga. Like, finding the Eastern Big Key means, oh good, I don't have to climb. Yet. Yet being the keyword.
Hey, and now Zelga's cell is retroactively in logic since we have the sewers key.
Did you say Zelga's cell?
I probably did. It's been a long week. I don't care that Monday was a holiday. It's still been a long week.
Illus says, yes, thank you. Eastern Big, let's go.
And Zelga finds thieves.
Yeah, this is a full clear for him. All right, still missing from our collective information. Where is the Meyer Big Key? Where is the Desert Big Key? And where are the other 2 swords?
Now, mind you, we haven't seen a way to get to the top of Death Mountain without the mirror, so it's possible that the mirror is hard required for getting to Thieves' Town.
Quite likely, yeah. I mean, Illus is going to go to the Meyer area before he climbs GT or something crazy like that. I mean, he has all 3 medallions and a sword too, so, like, you know, the Meyer area isn't as valuable as if he already had the mirror, but it's still 3 entrances, and he's still looking for dungeons. Hey, a sword. All right, both runners full clearing their respective crystal dungeons. Do we remember where the thieves' big was?
Someplace mirror locked.
Okay. All right,
shovel
that's
and
the
right.
shovel, yeah. Well, I'd say at this point things are pretty clearly leaning in Zelda's favor. But I don't think it's going to be that much longer before Illus gets this mirror, and it's just a matter of how quickly he goes to the right mirror checks once he does have the mirror.
We haven't really found anything in Thieves Town. We are still looking for those Desert and Mire big keys.
The shovel was our race game item. All right, Zelda finishing off the last phase here of blind, just 7, 8, 9 slash. Wait, nope, 9 slashes. There you go. Just a bottle and a crystal.
Hey, that completes bottle percent.
Otherwise, yeah, like you're saying, Thieves Town, pretty empty. Not really much of a time loss full clearing it, though.
Eastern pretty empty, too.
Yeah.
But again, not much of a time loss full clearing.
All right, so Zelga's path from here is pretty clear. He's just going to keep checking entrances, trying to find his last crystal that he hasn't seen. But what does Illus do?
Flute to 6? Flute to 6?
Not yet. Where are we going? Oh, we're climbing! We're climbing! Oh, I thought he would go to the mire area before doing this. I can't believe he's climbing before checking 3 entrances. This might be the linchpin. Is that a word? Linchpin?
Yeah.
Whatever. The thing that puts him in the lead. An out, yes. Yeah, win or lose, this is a difference maker play. I honestly, this looks like a desperation move, really. Like we're an hour and a half into the seed. I'm still multiple keys from go mode. I don't even have the mirror yet. Just climb GT.
Now, of course, it is worth remembering, we should remark that this is just game 1 in a best of 3. So these runners will be going at it at least one more time, regardless of who wins and loses this one.
Yeah, I don't think him having forgotten that the mire area exists is very likely. Probably he's just being greedy, I guess is the best way to describe it. Because it would be nice, right, to have the mirror when you go over there the first time. And it's been put off for so long now that other thing, it looks better to not do it, I guess, from his point of view.
Zelda gonna grab that bomb. Looks it. Is there anything we could care about that might be in the pyramid?
We're still missing for our collective information both Desert and Mire big keys, both of which will be required for Go mode.
Yeah, I'm more meant in terms of locations that could then have items. Have we seen the back of Desert yet?
I don't believe we've seen the back of Desert now. Castle Tower, small key, not what we're looking for. Oh, we did see back of Desert. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, when we popped in there, I thought that was one of the front of Desert entrances for some reason.
I mean, it's basically Go mode, right?
It's a moral victory.
I have an emote for this.
A single arrow emote? Oh, there you go.
I do.
So Zelda wins bottle percent, Illus wins arrow percent, everybody wins.
Alright, still 2 items behind Aga 2. What if it's both big keys? How amazing would that be?
That would be something. We also haven't seen the Swamp Small yet.
And we hope we never do.
We also haven't checked Ped yet.
Uncle Check 1, just 20 rupees. There's hair small for Zelda. It's a big key for Desert!
Oh.
The climb is required. You must climb to finish the game.
And Illus still needs to check Mire area, which he's not doing. Why? Oh, right. Illus doesn't have the mirror yet, so he's... I was going to say, why didn't he just mirror and check it that way without using the book? And then I remembered he doesn't have mirror.
Meanwhile, Zelda did finally find Eastern, and we'll full clear this.
So what do we think? Mire big on Lanmos?
No. That would be too neat and tidy. Mire big in left side swamp behind the Swamp Small in Hera Basement. Obviously.
Now, Zelda did not actually open the Mire entrance because he didn't have a sword at the time.
Ooh, Spike Cave. Oh my god, if you save and quit out of Spike Cave, don't do it.
Yeah, so according to our tracker Jinxie Girl, we have found all entrances that contain items now. Speaking of which, give a shout out to our two trackers, Jinxie Girl and Toffile. It is really a lot to keep track of in a Crosskeys race.
There's the ball. Mirror! Okay, we did it.
Why are people posting complex numbers in chat?
I don't know. Do you think I know? Because I really don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, I see. Illus gets docked for doing dumb things like that mirroring, which is impressive. Well, Illus will be finishing Desert now, and we'll find out what's on Landmos.
I believe there was a discussion in the Racing Council about intentionally mirroring like that to get out of the Dark World faster. I believe that the final assessment was if you do it by accident, it's fine, who cares? But you shouldn't be doing it intentionally.
What's the benefit of, like...
Well, there's some places where, like, the fastest way to mirror would be to have to, like, walk a few steps and then mirror. But if you could just mirror onto terrain and save and quit or float away or something. No, I'm not talking about mirroring to get into Desert Right. I'm talking about mirroring at Desert Right just to flute away. I believe they told me I was not allowed to do that.
Well, that was nothing on Landmos. I mean, it is Illus's 5th crystal. So we're even in the crystal count now.
All right, so it looks like he's gonna check that mirror locked entrance right outside the mountain cave first. No other reason to save and quit there. And I believe this was Thieves Town, right? Yeah. Okay, but we do not have the big key for Illus.
Right, he needs to do race game and get the shovel.
Yeah, that's not like the super easiest thing to get to.
And Zelka's now untempered. Though I don't recall there being much of anything in Ice Palace.
No, it was super empty.
Even Saha kind of gave us the finger afterwards, so it's really increasing the likelihood that that Meyer big key is in Swamp.
Yeah, but then where's the swamp key?
Must be somewhere because it can't be on PED. I mean, how many locations have we not yet checked? We're really running low. Oh, Hera Basement. Thank you, chat. Right. Hera Small
brings
Cube
up a
is
great point.
pretty late.
Bombo's tablet is a lot more realistic for Illus to check than Zelga. Because Illus still needs to do, like, race game left and pick up the shovel and K45. So, like, doing Bombo's tablet with all of that makes a lot of sense. Where for Zelga, all of that other stuff is done. It's just Bombo's tablet.
Oh, right. Zelga had that philosophical objection to doing it without a sword. Well, that's Zelga's 4th GT small to put the full climb in logic. Oh, right, and we haven't checked Harmless Hellway and Vanilla Big Key Chest, but Vanilla Big Key Chest were just bombs.
It's really hard to to predict what's going to happen next, not knowing where this Meyer Big Key is.
I mean, this is really...
Like, maybe Illus finds a Swamp Small Key, right? And then he goes to Swamp before going to the shovel to get the Thieves Big. But if the Meyer Big Key is in Swamp, then that's actually really good. And if it's not, then it's really bad.
So, the last 2 chests in Pod were a bust.
Illus floating away. We need him to go to the Dark World right there. Instead, he's going to go to the Dark World up here.
So is there anything we have access to and haven't seen between our 2 runners besides Hera Basement and Bombo's tablet?
Skull Big.
Oh, Zelda never went there?
Maybe Desert Big? Have we seen Desert Big?
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Desert Big either.
Yeah, I don't think... Illus didn't have the big key when he went there the first time. Swamp Swall? Swamp Swall? Ice, dang. Oh no, it's right. ZSR, I can say damn. Damn. We did see Desert Big? Okay. Yeah, no connector to race game. He just needs to mirror to it from the Dark World. So I think we're getting pretty close to the Zelga goes to climb GT moment. But he's taking care of some orphan checks.
Is that like Mr. Smith goes to Washington, Mr. Zelga goes to GT?
Yeah, actually, yes. That's basically the same thing.
All I know about Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is it involves a coin flip where the coin lands on its side.
Oh, I didn't even know what it was. I've only seen it like lampooned. I've never actually seen the source. All right, here we go. Zelda climbing GT. The moment has come. And unfortunately, Illus still hasn't found the Thieves Big, or the Mire Big for that matter. So his advantage is slipping away.
So where does Illus go?
But Illus just keeps checking mirror lock stuff until he finds something. And it's looking like the Mire Big Key is going to be somewhere pretty out of the way. So he'll probably just find the Thieves Big eventually, then full clear Thieves, and then be right back where he started. And Zelda will have had enough time to catch up with finding the Desert Big.
Statistically speaking, just based on unchecked locations, the Mire Big is in Swamp.
Yeah. But then where's the Swamp Big? The Swamp Small, right? Like,
Well,
if it finds the Swamp Small, they immediately just go to Swamp, right? Like,
right.
So it's a pendant, but it's so many checks, you're right. Like, you just go straight there. So it's not a... So if it is in Swamp, then the question just shifts over to where's the Swamp Small instead. And it's the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, we have to find progression in one of, what did we say, 4 checks? Hera Basement, Bombos Tablet, Desert Big, and Skull Big.
No, we saw Desert Big.
Oh, you did see Desert Big in the end. When did Illus do Desert Big?
Illus hasn't. Zelda did.
Zelda didn't do Desert Big. He doesn't have the big key yet.
Wait, chat told me that he did. Oh, Illus did Desert Big. Okay, I don't know. I just repeat things chat tells me. This is not reading chat anymore.
Yes, you said you weren't going to read chat.
I'm not reading chat anymore. Okay, well, Illus is doing Hera Basement before the South Dark World checks. So again, this could be really, really good, or really, really bad. This is one of our locations where we have no idea what's going to happen. Is he too far to the left? It looks like he's too far to the left.
As in, he'll have to hit the switch again when the tiles finish.
It's hard to tell exactly. Oh, no, he's fine. Okay. Small key to
Oh, there we are.
So, like, I don't really see Illus as having much of an option here. You just go straight to Swamp. Okay, he might do, like, Skull Big, yeah. Skull Big and then straight to Swamp.
Did Illus find Swamp in his Death Mountain wanderings?
Yeah, he did. I guess Swamp's kind of out of the way. Maybe he doesn't go straight there. Okay, he's not doing Skull Big. All right, because he doesn't have the big key. Duh.
He's doing Trinex now. And with 2 players like this, this is probably the time where you're wondering, did my opponent finish?
Duh. All right, well, Zelda picks up his Desert Big Key, and he's like, oh, thank goodness that was required. But that just does 2 checks. That gives him access to 2 checks, and we already know that they're not going to be anything good. Nice bird dodge. Oh yeah, see, it was vanilla. I knew it was. I thought it was vanilla. All right, so he does swamp first, then he does Trinex, then he does front up TR. All right, so we're back on the this is an out train.
Of course, no one's checked PED yet, right?
I don't believe so. Yeah, I think maybe where he finds, like if he finds Minor Big Key, where he finds it is going to matter. Like if he found the Minor Big Key in the first chest, I could definitely see him like maybe just being done and leaving. But if he finds it in the back, yeah, you just go all the way to the boss. Problem is he's 2 big keys from go mode. Okay, and there's the Minor Big. So that's going to be Zelga's go mode. When Zelga finally comes to Swamp, he's going to get that chest and then he leaves. He's done. Meanwhile, Illus is going to full clear, including left side Swamp.
Right, Zelga just needs to get himself to Hera Basement.
Yeah, which, you know, he may not do like right this second, but he'll do it eventually. Illus will skip left side Swamp. But he's not.
Yeah, this doesn't look like
Maybe,
a left side swamp
there's
skip.
just some delay issue. Because, like, from my point of view, it looked like Allison saying, like, he's going to skip left side swamp while he's in the middle of doing left side swamp. I think it was just delay. Thieves Town Big is the dig spot locked behind the shovel on race game. Illus has not done any of the southern mirror checks, including the race game and K45, all those.
Hey, Zelga's finally doing Bombo's tablet.
It looks like Zelga is going to end up last locating Hera Basement, but it's not going to hurt as much as Illus last locating the Thieves Town Big Key. And as the wise sages say, there's always a sword in Swamp.
So Zelga just won't get Butter Sword.
Yeah, he won't.
I mean, can we live knowing that fact?
Yeah, Zelga's going skull big now. Have we seen left side Meyer? Yeah, we have. Oh, is this oh, he hasn't done the entrance, right? Well, we'll probably get a pet check. Now, does Illus continue with his original plan of also doing TR?
So answering chat, you know, Zelda has the bacon sword that will increase Ganon's cholesterol as well, in addition to making him vulnerable to cannibalism. And we finally discover that Ped is junk, which we kind of knew by process of elimination once we had the swamp small and the mire big.
All right, here's Hera Basement for Zelda. I think this is his last location. I don't think there's anything else he hasn't done.
Zelda didn't quite get the coffee break. That was a fast Trinex fight.
Oh yeah, definitely agree with that. I'm sure. I mean, from our point of view, Zelga's doing really well in the race, but from his point of view, oh my god, this seat is horrible. I've last located everything.
Hey, the tracker isn't 100% filled out. No one's doing AGA 1. Yeah, so what do we think Zelga's finish time will be? About 2:12?
No, less than that. He's like a minute away from getting to Swamp, maybe like a minute to get the big key, 2 minutes to kill Vitreous, then 2 more for the boss, for Ganon. How many minutes was that?
I mean, oh, I forgot you could just go jump down to Swamp like that. That was what I was forgetting. I thought he was going to take a bit longer to get into Swamp, though we do still have to do the cutscene.
Man, poor Illus.
I mean, and it does tell you just how good these runners are, that you can have a full clear Crosskeys seed and it's still barely over 2 hours.
Well, when it comes to full clearing, this the seed was actually kind of nice. Like, they got to avoid all of the worst double dips.
You know, even though Illus isn't in League this season, he is living up to the last locationer's name.
Well, they both are, honestly. So last locationing, too. It just, he's last locationing faster, I guess. All right, and this is the key point. See, Zelda finds that big key, and he's done in Swamp. That's go mode. For Zelda, just one quick trip to Vitreous, and then on to Ganon.
Oh, right, and Illus still has to full clear Mire. I guess Big Chest was the only
just that
thing.
one check.
Yeah. Only the switch was in the wrong place for him to just go to the back from there. By the way, isn't Meyer 2 so much nicer when you have a sword and the sword has sword beams?
It does make it a little faster, yes. Well, at least Illus will kill Vitreous first. Not by much, though.
He'll get his 6th crystal before Zelga gets his 7th.
I don't think that's a very good bet, though. Vire.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's kind
I
of.
didn't realize Zelga had set up Spooky.
No, he fell though.
Well, so somewhere Zelga, had just had the sense that, Illus needed to beat Vitreous first. Zelga couldn't quite get the 0 cycle, though.
All right, now what do you do, Illus? Now you do the south route checks?
Flute to 2, yep.
He's checking pet.
So yeah, probably will be 208 and change.
I definitely don't blame him.
I forget whether you or chat were saying 208, but it does look about right now.
On his equipment, should be right at around 208, yeah. Unless he misses the 1-1. Nope, he got it. Do-do-do-do-do! Nope. Never lucky. Still not doing the south route checks. Now we're doing Sick Kid, okay. I mean, Sick Kid was an item, so we'll see the skull big from Illus too.
Then will he chase that skull big before he does race game?
It's always the last big heat you find.
And get your GGs in for ZelgaDissan, taking game 1 of this best of 3 series in the quarterfinals.
GG. All right, right at 208.
Well, that just happened. Let's see if we can get him in here for an interview.
Well, Illus is now on the path to get that Thieves Town big key.
And we are joined by zelgadissan. GG.
Hey, GG's, thank you.
So, didn't want to check our basement too badly, did you?
No, I don't even remember. I remember getting the key and thinking, oh man, that sucks. But I don't even remember where I got it, to be honest.
It's a Mimic Cave, I think.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it was my last location, unless Spike Cave is at Mire. That's the only other option.
I think it was, actually.
Oh, neat.
It was at Mire.
Okay, yeah, Spike Cave was the only entrance I was missing, and I had, like, Back of Skull, Mire, and GT. So it's like, it's not even guaranteed out there. I'm going to focus the item entrances. But if I'm doing Skullwood's Big Chest, I have to do the Back of Skull, and yeah. But, yeah, I just did not want to go to Hera Basement, and it was, like I said, last location, unless if Spike was at Mire, which if it was, yeah, that's... So this did not feel good.
Well, I'm sure it felt worse for Illus, so...
Yeah, I just loaded up the restream. I see he's about to get his Thieves Big.
He just didn't want to go to Mire area. Like, he got his mirror so late, so much later than you did. And I thought you got the mirror late.
I did too, because I didn't want to go over there without either a sword or the mirror. I was like, I want to be able to either open Mire or do the desert checks or something. And eventually I just said, screw it, let's go. And then when I got the mirror there, I felt terrible. I was actually pretty sure I was behind at that point.
Like, as soon as you guys got the mitts, I thought, like, the very next time anybody save and quits, you just fly over to the Mire area real quick, get 2 entrances, the medallion information, whatever. But it took so long for you to get over there. But it was completely dwarfed by how long it took Illus to get over there. I believe, if I remember right, he ended up climbing GT before getting the mirror.
Yep.
And then when he did get the mirror, he did everything except for going to the south Dark World checks.
He also took quite a while to find Desert and his Fire Rod. You found the Fire Rod early, so you knew where you had to go back to when you got boots.
Yeah, there were so many connectors in Kakariko that it felt awkward just going north out of town. But I figured with Sank there and the Magic Bat entrance, I could get to those connectors somewhat quickly. So let's just go ahead and try and solidify like the drop info and see what's north of town. So yeah, finding that Fire Rod, I could see where that could also be something, but well, it didn't actually block all that much. I don't think
Illus getting the Fire Rod later really made much of a difference. It just it was silly because we knew the Fire Rod was there for so long, and he kept finding desert entrances and then not going through them because he didn't have the big key or had other things to do in the area first. But you both got the Fire Rod like well before it actually mattered that you had the Fire Rod.
I was definitely worried going to Ice Palace that like I felt like, okay, maybe this is what the Fire Rod was finally telling me, but because I put it off for so long because I didn't have a sword to use bombos. And then there was just a lot of feel bad in this. Like, obviously I'm happy I won, but man, when you're playing these, it's so stressful when you're getting down to those last checks. Nothing feels good. So I mean, yeah, there were some good things. I feel like overall I got to the mitts fairly quick. I wish I got the mirror, but I don't think it was a bad decision. Yeah, this was interesting overall, I think.
We were really hoping for a swordless GT climb because you guys had access to that so quickly.
Yeah,
with the GT big in the dungeon as well.
Honestly, if I had the lamp on that first try to GT, like if I had a fire source, I would have at least considered it. I don't think I would have done it, but it would have at least been like a stop and think for a minute.
Yeah, Illus actually did, because he ended up getting the hammer and hookshot before going to GT. So he had the lamp as well, but he didn't even do the right side, which I can't blame him. He was on like 5 hearts with his hammer as the only weapon he had.
Oh yeah, right side is so slow.
It would have been a really gross climb. Completely out of logic on 2 keys. Well, not completely, but mostly out of logic on 2 keys.
Yeah, like even setting up the bomb jump, like I know Illus could hover, but setting up the bomb jump for that lamp would be just so gross swordless with all those things coming at you. I wouldn't do it.
Oh, does Illus hover? There was the Spectral Rock Sword. Neither of you hovered to it. I would have figured one of you would have done it if you were hovers.
I think both of us technically can hover. Neither of us are confident at it.
It's a hover when it's the only way to finish the seed kind of move, not a to get a sword.
Exactly.
Hey, we've got Illus on Ganon, so this is probably going to be 8.5 minutes difference at the end of the day.
I'm assuming that last sword was just further in swamp.
Yup.
Yeah, as always.
Yep, as is the traditional meme.
And Illus did left side swamp too. Just to, be more thorough about everything.
Oh yeah,
that is big.
Yeah, if I was missing 2 things going to swamp, or even just 1 thing, and I found swamp so late, I'm doing left side as well.
Oh, I don't think he got the double there. No, he didn't. Interesting. Either way, that'll do it.
Ganon's a bully. Bully!
So get your GGs in for Illus.
GG.
So 2:16:26, 8 minutes 27 seconds difference.
That was a pretty good guess.
And honestly, given everything, that you guys were still within 10 minutes at the end of the day, pretty good.
Oh yeah, like half of that, at least half of that is just swamp on its own.
Right, and in general, Zelga found a lot of stuff sooner than Illus. Koi, you were mentioning the Saha's Hut and the hookshot in Samaria. Did I hear Illus enter here?
Yes, GG.
Ah, GG.
GG.
Hey, GG's.
So the big decision or non-decision or whatever, the turning point for the difference in y'all's routes was how long it took to get the mirror.
I figured, which is why I avoided that show like the plague.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're echoing us, Illus. Can we turn off Illus's sound, or somebody will take care of that.
Yeah, I was saying before you got here, I felt late to the mirror as well, but I think it was perfectly valid to avoid it without having either the mirror or a sword or something to open up Mire. That's what I was waiting for a very long time.
It's almost over.
Is it better now?
I think it's fixed now, yeah. We just had to wait for the sound to finish.
But yeah, same reasoning as Zelda. I didn't really want to go there without the mirror, so I did other stuff, and as late as I was to the mirror in the end, I figured I would just try to get my value out of the dungeons instead of the overworld with the mirror checks. And that's how I basically last location the 3-stone big key.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. I mean, you still had outs right up until near the end. Like if you after you got the mirror, like you were ahead that GT climb, because Zelda was almost certainly going to put that off as long as he could. But it took you too long to get to the shovel. But there were opportunities where, like, if you had just gone there instead of some other location, then it would have worked out differently.
Yeah, like I had a bunch of stupid stuff to clean up, basically. It started off kind of with the Hera basement, and the Hera basement had the Swamp Small. And so I figured I would go for that, and then Swamp only had, quote-unquote, the Mire Big Key. And then I had to keep looking, and I don't know. I still had a bunch of stupid 1-0 Sicket. Somewhere in between, like the 2 chests in Pod, the 2 chests in Mire after getting the Mire Big. And it was just a wild goose chase for me.
I kind of expected you to do the South Dark checks after Pod. Because Pod was at, Light World Head Cave, right?
Yeah.
So after you finish those two, I thought for sure he's just going to go over there and enter the Dark World and do Bomba's Tablet K45 and all that. But you went to the mountain instead.
It was by far the most item dense, not item dense, but entrance dense location. And like over there with Bomba's Tablet and K45, it's not even that quick of a route. And I wanted to find at least maybe A2 item cave in Mire Shed, maybe Aga Tower, maybe the front of Turtle Rock, and maybe Swamp Palace, though I couldn't enter it at that point in time when I found it.
Well, to your credit, you did find all of those things.
I did. It didn't help.
Unfortunately. Nah, this is a pretty gross seed all around. Like, Zelda finished first, but like he last location too. It's just he just last location sooner. That's all that happened.
Yeah, I also didn't feel too good about my early game because maybe I might have followed connectors too aggressively and put off Zaha for way too long. With that hookshot, it was all too awkward to go back through hookshot cave again, go back to GT again, go back to East Dev Mountain. It didn't work out all that well. I need to reconsider that strat.
Yeah, I do think my early game went pretty smoothly overall. Like, I had the hook shot and stuff when going to GT, so I had hammer and hook shot to just basically full clear everything but the right side in the climb. So, all in all, like, yeah, I felt pretty good for about the first 30, 40 minutes, and then after that is when things started getting a little more questionable.
So the fire rod, it didn't end up being like super impactful or anything, but you kept finding the desert entrances and then just not going through them, even after you had the small key and the boots. Did you feel bad of when you found the fire rod just sitting there on the torch?
Not really. Like, the desert connectors are so very slow, and I wanted to go for them when I found the time, and we actually had a bunch of options somewhere in the mid-game, and I didn't feel like doing that relatively low impact thing, basically.
Yeah, I just remember you just say somebody, because we knew about the fire rod really early because Zelda went through and looked at it, but even before he found the boots.
I absolutely hate the desert connectors. I absolutely hate them.
If it wasn't at the end of my route, I don't know if I would have done it either.
Yeah, there was a moment where it was at the end of Illus's route, but he didn't do it. Like, it wasn't quite at the end. Like, you found the one at the East Fairy Cave in the Dark World, and then you went to check the pyramid, and I thought for sure he's just going to turn around and go back to desert, because now this is like the end of his route, but he saved and quit instead.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like,
it was too long.
5 seconds later, you were back in East Dark World, and you went to Pod instead of desert.
I mean, I think at that point in time, Pod was kind of clearable, right? I didn't know it was pod at the time, right? I seen
No,
it.
not pod, but like
first.
the pod entrance.
Oh, the pod entrance. Oh yeah, that
Right, so-
one. I remember.
so-
I remember.
Like you had
I was
the
I
boots.
was kind of looking for Ice Palace. And
So like you had the boots and you found the Light World desert entrance in like Lumberjack or whatever, right? You didn't go in. Then you found it in the Dark World and you didn't go in. And then you didn't go back forward after Pyramid. And then you had one more opportunity and you went to the pod entrance instead.
I didn't have the mirror.
It's like, is he-
It would have been such a time waste. Imagine if that was a big 20, okay?
Right? It was so amusing from our point of view because we knew it was the fire rod the whole time. And it's like, why is he dodging this fire rod so hard?
As you said, it didn't end up being
Yeah.
impactful at all.
It
So
didn't matter at all. And even then, like, you didn't have the big key, so like maybe if you had the big key, it would have been different because you could have like full cleared the entirety of the front of desert. The last thing I wanted to ask you was, did you put any thought at all into climbing GT when you were there the first time?
yes.
Like, how close was that to being a thing that happened?
One sword away.
Didn't want to do it without the sword.
Basically one sword away, yeah.
Oh, right. I remembered something I wanted to ask Zelga. That, like, Coy talked about this a bit during the stream, but I wasn't aware of this. When you got that ferry at the top of Mini Helma Bridge in Pod, I didn't realize that screwed up Hammer Yump.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently you did.
Yeah, that top dude it's the same thing as what happens in Hera with Herapod. It's like it's a slot 0 thing where if and a fairy never touches the ground, so it doesn't fix ever. So I just had to completely run down and reset the super tile.
I have lost a race to that and consecutively, the best of 5 for the last location is somewhere in the first league season, I think. So I'll never do that mistake again.
Yeah, once I finally understood what was happening, like I used to fail it and be like, what is wrong? I know I was right. And then someone finally clicked. I think somebody mentioned it in the main Discord, and I finally pieced it all together. Like, oh yeah, okay, I get it now.
Paradox Cave is the real culprit of being a real low key.
Oh yeah, that one's terrible.
It has, like, I mean, I played this game for like 2 years, and just sometimes I would fail the Paradox Cave bomb jump, and I'm like, that's weird. I guess I was in the wrong spot, and I just move on with my life. And apparently, the entire time, it was all this mini Molorm's fault, and I was good on every other one. The mini Molorm was just ruining everything.
I needed like 5 bombs for that last mini Molorm.
Oh yeah, he was being real rude to you.
And then I shot an arrow because I had an arrow drop.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I got an arrow drop from one, and I just switched to the bow.
And the bow, and then it clicked in my head, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing arrows. It was interesting to play. I think we had quite a few choices, and it was unfortunate for me with the mirror, but it happens. So yeah, GG again, Zelda. We met again, I guess, and we will meet again.
Yeah, GG's again, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Game 2, same time.
Yep, the same.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did you forget you had the boots? That's what happened, right?
Me for a little bit. I mean, if you don't have a sword and you're swordless, you run into each enemy anyway. It didn't
you were just
matter all
walking
that
around,
much.
and chat was like, "Does he not know?" And I'm like, "What? Oh yeah, you're right."
I remembered.
You gotta go to that curiosity shop.
Like
the bee shop.
I didn't need the boots for so long because it was like Skullwoods where you couldn't properly use them anyway, and I don't know, enemies everywhere, and then I forgot, and then I remembered.
It was only like a minute or so, but it was funny seeing you go to the bee shop, but you weren't quick hopping down the ledges.
True. I could have saved a little bit of time there, but I forgot. I forgot around that time, yes.
Yeah, probably only lost you like 8 minutes or so. Definitely would have won.
For sure.
Listen, I rolled 2 jet seeds back to back. I hope you guys didn't come into this race expecting that it was going to be a cakewalk. Because it certainly wasn't. And I have full item knowledge. I know where every single key and every single item in this game is. This is the first time it's happened, and I am so, so happy. I told my husband, get dressed, we're going out to dinner. Like, I'm not kidding. This is my most favorite race ever.
No.
I'm glad to have been able to help get a good dinner.
Yep.
Yes, yes. We're having lobster dinner tonight.
And as an info, I hate jet seeds and Crosskeys, so more of this, please.
Oh, I promise you I will never roll another jet seed. It was a fluke that I rolled 2 of them. It never happens. But yeah, you guys did fantastic. I know everybody has been super psyched to see this race and is really excited that it's starting. We actually have another race, Dataplet versus Hamburg, over on ZSR Main. So I'm going to rate us on over there so everyone can catch the rest of that race. And be sure, be here tomorrow, guys. Sign up now if you want to commentate or track because, you know, you guys don't want to miss this. You guys have been hyped for it. You want to see it. Get over there, sign up, volunteer, be a part of the stream. As always, on behalf of ZSR, thank you so much for your continued patronage and joining us and interacting with us. We have so much fun. Huge thanks to Koi and Jossie for jumping in and doing our comms. Tofile, always a pleasure on tracking. And with that, we'll see you soon here on ZSR2. Have a good night.